Since the rise of ChatGPT and after OpenAI makes its model as a service available, other technology giants like Google, Meta, and pre-existing AI research companies started releasing their own models. In past 18 months, the variety of both open and closed models appeared. And also, many of model as a service and hosting options are suddenly available. There are also hundreds of, if not thousands, fine-tuned models based on open foundation models appeared as well. So the rate of change is so hard to catch up. In this section, I try to cover a key list of models and their services from various providers. The common features are compared for all these models, including the cost and the capabilities, and how to choose for your use. There are various types of generative AI models. Many of us have seen how good ChatGPT is based on text generation model. You may have seen amazing features of image generation from text. There are also text-to-speech model with emotion built in, and recent competitive release of video generation models from OpenAI and Google. Most of the latest models such as GPT-4 Omni and Gemini Pro 1.5 started becoming multi-models that can accept and generate various media types all at once. But in this presentation, we will focus mostly on text generation models. Many companies offer a dizzying amount of large language models. Every 3-4 months, there is a new release from each company, and they're getting faster too. Most of them are closed model from big companies, but there are also exceptions with open model. Be careful there. They're not open source models, they are open model. So these open model form a mixed commercial use license and a little bit complicated as well. There are also incredible services from hosting providers, some with unique technologies such as Grok. They have a very fast inferencing engine of their own. I did not include AWS and Azure here as they are cloud providers with options to host both open and closed commercial models in private cloud environments. The key point is there are too many models and too many services, but we have to choose one to start with, isn't it? Although there are so many of them, their basic high-level features are same. All of them supports at least text completion, chat mode with conversation history, and nowadays they all support function call support. Some of them also accept image and audios along with the text input, but the differences start when it comes to input-output size and the price. I made this comparison for easy differentiation. You see, there are some models with 100 to 200,000 token length. That means you can throw a relatively sized whole book content or let it generate a whole chapter of your fiction story. Their prices are also different from one another. Basically, the most capable model would have the highest price. You might think it is easy to choose, but choose largest context window with the cheapest price. For example, Anthropic Cloudy Haiku model is more preferable than Opus if you're just looking at the price. That is not entirely true because the speed and the capabilities are different. As I said before, the more capable the model is, the higher the price. These models also have different capabilities. There are various benchmarking standards and measurements. Both model creators, such as OpenAI, Meta, etc., and the independent communities benchmark these models and provide their results. We will not go deep on benchmarking methods, but you may want to know which benchmark is for what use. There are various leaderboards available for you to keep watching when you need to choose one for your work. Along with these capabilities, you have to consider previously presented context sizes and their cost when you choose one. So in summary, you have various factors to consider when choosing a model for your work. Knowing each model's benchmark capabilities, input-output sizing, and inference API call cost, you have to have clear objectives to align with your chosen model's capabilities. And you have to consider the variety of tasks that you want it to generate. Do you need it to work for a specific domain so that you can check with the benchmark capabilities? Or what's the limit of context sizes you need in your use case? And you have to consider the budget for both development and operation in the project. Do you need to go commercial with open model, or you can rely on providers' proprietary model? And also, do you want to host in your own private cloud, maybe for compliance reason, or use public model as a service available from the providers? So all these factors needs to be weighed in before choosing one. There is another aspect when you need to consider operating environment in choosing your model. If you need a model at the edge devices and required offline use, you may want to look into projects of small language model with specialized or fine-tuned capabilities. Recently, Microsoft announced Phi 3 Mini and Silica version to work on direct hardware. Google also has Gemini Nano with the way to run on Android devices. You can look at this article to learn more about it. So there are also projects like Tiny Llama for the same on-device offline use cases.